Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful To Be Dicers. It's your boy Daddy Tarzan, and with me is the wonderful cast and crew of To Be Diced Adventures, and we're here to bring you another episode of Star Wars: Edge of the Empire. This episode titled Episode 83, Belsavis Prison Blues. With me again is the cast of To Be Diced Adventures, and we're running a light crew today. However, despite that, we are still going to run a episode, as this is going to expand upon some activities that were decided to be taken on by the crew. That being said, let's go ahead and roll out for tonight's cast, starting with Victor the Story Weaver, who is our resident infiltrator.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Victor, also known as Victor the Story Weaver in the social circles of the interwebs. Uh, as per usual, playing one of the halves of the sibling duo of Oho and Raul, an assassin Akani trained by the Night Sisters of Dathomir. Incredible the use of sniper rifles, blades, and lightsabers now as well as incredible in stealth. So if you ever thought that you have seen Oho, no, you haven't, and the people who currently are going to see him may change their mind.
Wonderful. And to round tonight's cast out, Ren.
Hi, I'm Ren. I go by Mascaran on the internet. Um, Tonight I'm not playing my usual character. I'm playing a character that you will find out, I guess, as we go on this journey together. And I cannot say what their personality is, because that too you shall find out.
Wonderful. And we're usually joined by a wonderful, uh, wonderfully diverse cast of incredible people. Those being Matt, aka War Torn Knight, who plays Chav Visto, our pilot. Uh, Oz, who plays Rawl, our second half of the duo of Ichani and Thursian individuals. And finally, or not finally, Jay, who plays Kesh, our Chiss double agent, and finally, Dia.cosplay, who plays Dove, our bipedal tank and bounty hunter. Like I said, we're running light today, so this episode is going to stick close to a 2 hour end mark, so a little more, a little shorter today, but still going to be packed full of lore and clues as to what the crew of Corellis can act upon when it comes to the finalization of the mission that is rescuing Phantom Squadron, or what will be known as Phantom Squadron. That being said, for the slate for this week, there is no Tales of Arden. Frontiers of Eberron has returned, much to my surprise, this Sunday. So there will be no Frontiers of Eberron this coming Sunday. You'll find it in the following Sunday. So the next thing you can expect is us returning next week, Tuesday, and we will be having Dove return to us for that episode. So we'll have another prison episode for you coming up. That being said, that will conclude our week's slate for To Be Diced Adventures. That being said, let's go ahead and immerse ourselves into the scene that we currently find ourselves in today. It has been a few days since our last meeting with the group of Core Atlas on Sullust to meet with the key figures of this mission to liberate Nothwin from the crushing occupation that is Admiral Tazen, who occupies the immediate airspace of Nothwin. The crew is now has now united Hondo Onaka, a former pirate turned legitimate businessman, and the rebel cell leader of Oryx Squad, Rev Garland, to coordinate their assets and efforts in a operation to infiltrate and liberate the prisoners that are have taken residence in this prison. A squadron of pilots that will become to be known as Phantom Squadron. They met with the creator of Phantom Squadron by the name of Commander Wedge Antilles, who has an invested interest in liberating these pilots. Our present time takes us forward to the point of Oho's incarceration, as this is one of the points of order for Core Atlas to embed themselves into the prison and find and locate the prisoners and prepare them for extraction in the weeks to come. This is week 1 of this story. Where the rest of this journey goes is to be diced. Welcome back. All right. So, let's get out of studio mode here. There we go. Let's set the mood. I probably should share this on Discord, shouldn't I? But this is a little more aggressive than I was anticipating, so we're going to shift here. Oh. Where is it? There you are. Okay. Let's go with... There we go. It's a little better. Belsavis. Formerly known as Plawal, planet in the ninth quadrant, a region of the Bosny sector. Once was a ice-covered planet, now excavate or terraformed to become a punishing prison planet. Much like Coruscant, that was a planet completely enveloped in a city, Belsavis was once a massive prison. Layers upon layers of prisons on top of one another that house some of the most dangerous, violent criminals in the galaxy, thousands of years before. Now repurposed by the Empire, eons past. Our story takes us to the surface of the planet. What was once a ice planet, now a dense and flourishing jungle with volcanic jungle rifts, temperate forests, mountainous regions. and intricate, sprawling prisons, structures that decorate the surface of this planet. We find ourselves just outside the prison that will become to be known as Grec 17. Our scene fade wipes into the interior of a familiar face, one of which belongs to Oho. Clad in a simple garb, hands and feet bound by cufflinks and energy binds, as a means to stifle his ability to maneuver should a confrontation ensue. Behind him, standing a towering 8-foot tall, 500-pound Hauk, male in appearance, alien. Massive hand on the prisoner's shoulder, shoving him forth. Keep it moving, Hughie. As he shoves you towards the processing center of the prison facility. A human female who, with data pad in hand, stylus in the other, begins to scrawl information into her data pad, sizing you up before finally asking the question. Please state your full name and date of birth.
No response. And I will also point out at this point that when Oho was brought down to this, one significantly different feature that has not been seen before since the surgery is that he is actually wearing an eye patch. Provided that he's already been done the search and they've considered the eye patch safe enough, he'd be wearing it. Otherwise, he'd be with one empty eye socket.
Right.
But he is standing, looking at this person, asking him the questions. He is just completely stoic, which is very common for Ikanis. And he is just silent and looking at them. He's actually not looking away. He's just like looking at them dead. It's like with the one eye, just straight unreadable.
As you remain indifferent to the question presented to you, yeah. Let's go with not that one.
I know what that yeah means.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Where are you? There you are. You remain indifferent to the question, and as a couple seconds elapse, suddenly you feel a hardened fist impact into the side of your, just right below the rib cage, right into your kidney. Answer the question, Hughie.
I think the the grunt that escapes Oho is contained, but his body sort of arches down and he coughs as he feels the impact on the rib cage. And it's just a and stands back up just keeps looking at the lady with the glasses.
We have ourselves a tough Yumi, do we? I like your spirit. You're gonna need it. And as he says that, he follows up with another strike.
I would like to use my dodge ability.
Okay, what does that do?
I am basically able to take strain to make the raise the difficulty of an attack.
Okay.
And as of now, I have up to 5, so I can raise the difficulty by 5.
Okay. I am going to point out that you are bound by binders and energy binders. Restricts your movement. So I am going to limit that to a 3. So you can increase the difficulty up to 3.
Sounds good. I'll
Uh,
take 3 strain.
so you're gonna increase it by 3.
Yep.
Okay, so that's gonna increase the difficulty from average difficulty. Does it increase the difficulty or does that upgrade the difficulty?
I'll tell you in just a second. The description is dodge influential suffer a number of strain upgraded in ranks to upgrade the difficulty of the check by that number.
So instead of an average difficulty, an average difficulty, but the challenge of 2, with an additional difficulty die. So making that a hard difficulty with a challenge of 2. Okay. Let's see if this works for you. That's fucking dope. Damn, he still lands it, but with a despair. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
I'll take that despair.
As
Can I just make it so that, like, how are the binders on me right now?
so you're bound by the wrists. You got
Front?
limited move. Yeah, they're bound in front of you.
So am I like this or like this?
Your arms are chained in, or bound in front of you like this, and there's a large energy tether that keeps your arms bound in front of you like this. You're free to move up and down, but you can't move them. You can't separate them. And then they're bound to your feet by that energy tether.
I so badly would love to break this guy's arm. With that despair.
That being said, despair. That's a good point. Let's see. What can we do with that? Upgrade the difficulty. Ooh.
May
So-
I suggest?
So what you notice as you sense this next attack incoming, this Hauk individual has donned these powered gloves, if you will, ribbed knuckles to increase the severity of the damage upon impact, and they do bear some type of energized element to potentially affect other faculties. You see him round up for another rib shot. And with your limited movement, you kind of Wing Chun it, seeing the fist incoming, parry it with your elbow, and kind of palm thrust right into his chest, or right into the power cell of the gauntlet.
May I suggest something though?
Yeah.
Because Ojo is not. He's defiant, but he's not stupid. He doesn't want this to be so obvious that he's like trying to fuck this guy up because he doesn't want that level of attention.
Fair enough. Very fair.
Now, Ojo being an Ikani, they know a lot of their combat is also about reading microgestures and understanding like the minutia of movement.
Mhm.
Can I have that despair be basically that when he punches Ojo very slowly adjusts his feet so that he actually face flat lands on the ground after he hits me, and he doesn't know whether or not it was because I tripped him or he fell.
That's fair. I like that.
So it's literally like he literally just like he got the first hit. He got the vibe of like, I know how this guy is like angling himself to punch. The second one, he just makes a slight adjustment of his feet when he gets punched, so that when he moves his leg ever so slightly, he just completely breaks his center of gravity. And this guy literally uses the momentum of his punch. He basically moves so the punch keeps him going. So
Yeah.
so the momentum doesn't stop with his body. It just makes it so that he adjusts it when he takes the impact and makes this guy just keep going.
I like that. Okay, so take half damage of 7. So 3 points of wounds from the strike. But yeah, he goes for a follow-up rib kidney shot once again. You interpret that danger, seeing the severity of the gauntlets that he has donned. Sustained combat injuries from this guy is not ideal. And you just kind of roll with the strike, making it as seamless and as inconspicuous as possible. And as you do, this large lumbering figure, in anticipating resistance, overexerts himself or extends himself and ends up falling flat in front of, prostrating himself in front of you, as well as in front of other prisoners being processed at the same time. The entire chamber erupts into laughter as these prisoners start laughing and pointing at this Hauk. Look at him! He fell on his own ass trying to hit somebody. What an idiot!
Oho wants to go to that person and headbutt them.
Oh shit! Okay, give me a melee strike. Average difficulty. Let's increase the challenge by the difficulty by a challenge of 1 due to your. Well, I guess you're using your head, so never mind. Just an average difficulty.
So
Any threats generated will be sustained as strain.
what's the difficulty? Sorry,
Average difficulty.
average difficulty. Huh.
Okay.
5 successes, 6 advantages.
Nice. You, as this guy is pointing and laughing at the Hauk, you stride up and drill your forehead right into this guy's the bridge of his nose. It's a Trandoshan individual.
Hey Tarzan, do we want to hear? Do we want? Sorry. Do we want to consider lethal blows for this?
You got enough for it. You could knock this guy out instantaneously if you wanted to.
Let's do lethal blows. That's a +5, so that's +50.
Goddamn. All right. Let's see. +50 to a critical injury.
That tracks. That fucking tracks.
You headbutt this Trandoshan right in the right in the center of this reptilian humanoid's bridge of his nose, and the pain is so immense, and the amount of blood that splurts out engulfs his eyes. He's immediately blinded as he raises his hands up. Ah, you son of a! And he's reeling backwards, falls on his ass, he's incapacitated at this point. He can't really.
For that,
fight.
Ojo takes that opportunity to basically just do a look through to every single other person that is all the prisoners that are like being registered and the people that are laughing.
Yeah.
Just sort of like establishing territory.
Okay, I like
And
it.
right after he does that, he actually turns back to the guard and offers his hand.
Ooh.
His busy hands, he just offers them and he goes, "It was a good punch."
So,
Because mindfuckery begins the moment Oho arrives.
right, I like it. So you see as you take a look around, because you rolled, that's 5. What's your brawn?
My brawn is 3.
So that would be 8 wounds. So, okay. Okay.
But I'll remind you that my brawl is agility, which is 6.
6. That would be 11 minus the soak. That would be 6. Okay. Nice hit. Good hit. As you take a look around, yeah, there's the Trandoshan prisoner. There's 6 Aqualish being processed. A Weequay, a Gamorrean, a Vadran, and 4 Solonians, and 3 Clatunian. That is such a hard name to say. Clatuian and the dogface aliens.
Lithuanian.
Yep, there we go. Clatuinian. It's such a weird amount of vowels.
Do you have a voice mod on? You sound like you're talking through a filter.
I do, apparently. Fuck, my bad. I didn't realize that. I've been talking that way this whole time? You guys didn't say anything?
No, I just
Constantly seduced.
noticed it.
So, as you headbutt this Trandoshan, the room does fall completely silent. The Aqualish, the 6 Aqualish immediately go to minding their own business. The Gamorrean, eyes locked onto you, but not in a sense of hostility, more so out of a sign of respect. The Solonians seem more dismissive and reserved to themselves. And the Clatuianen, those 3 retain that level of hostility, but they more in a more reserved regard. Let me reveal these people to you so you can see them. Okay. But as you extend your hand to this Hauk individual, you can hear as other guards come rushing in, other Hauk as well, as you come to realize, all exceeding at least 8 feet in height, all within the range of 500 to 700 pounds each. These guys are built for fucking for this type of environment. And the one on the ground looks up at you as you extend your hand in a type as a means of peace to this situation. His irisless eyes narrow at you as he swats your hand, bounded hands aside. The other Hauk guards rush up and both two place a hand on both your shoulders, and one of the one on your left kicks your knees out from underneath you, forcing you to kneel to the ground.
He doesn't fight it.
The Hauk on the ground raises himself to his feet. You got a lot of fighting spirit to you. I'll give you that. I look forward to breaking you of that. Process them. Whatever you put, I don't care what you put his name as. Get him through. Put him in a cell. The female human labels you as prisoner 136, and assigns you to prison cell M M25. The process itself is long and meticulous. You get a full scale medical exam from top to bottom. Checks for hernia, so on and so forth. A slightly invasive procedure.
Lot of battle wounds, lot of scars.
And all that gets logged into your medical file. A lot of inquiries as to the nature of these scars. Where'd you get these? What this wound appears to be energy in nature or plasmic in nature. Is it a plasma bolt injury? Blah 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 blah. And I'm assuming Oho remains indifferent to the questions, all the same. So they come up with their own assessments of what those wounds would be from, but log them all the same. You're finally stripped down entirely down to the nude and brought to the showers of the processing area. The process would be less than humane, as you're hosed down by the guards involuntarily, and the experience is rough. The water pressure from the hose, definitely not fucking ideal. It definitely leaves areas of irritation on your skin from the intensity of the spray. And finally, once you get through this process, you're brought to the clothing assignment area where they assign you a set of uniforms. You get 3 uniforms. One for work, one for leisure, and one for the following day. All right, inmate. These are your 3 uniforms. This one is for the field yard. This one will be for downtime inside the cells, and this would be for the following morning. Once the uniform has been properly soiled, submit it for processing, and you'll be admitted a uniform immediately thereafter. Do you understand the process of which you're supposed to utilize these uniforms?
He nods.
Very well. Keep moving, inmate. And with that, you get 3 uniforms, and you continued to be brought through the process, to which we'll fast forward to the cell yard. As you're being brought through the various cell blocks, a lot of catcalling to all the fresh meat that are being just demonstrated throughout the yard. Catcalls, threats. Hey, look at that. We got fresh meat for the grinder. We'll see how long these 3 last. Yeah, as they point out to the Salonians. One Nautilin individual pointing at you. I'm gonna make you my bitch. Enjoy your stay. As you proceed to further through the facility, You're taken in an adjacent cell block.
Hmm.
Surprisingly enough, there are more humans in this cell block than there are other alien species. Um, as you're brought in, uh, your entourage that you're brought in with has dwindled. They seem to kind of be segregating the prisoners by species type, essentially. The probably as a means of safety for the separate species, as in a prison there tends to be cliques that are established, and if you're associated with something other than the immediate species, violence tends to ensue. So it appears to be a precautionary measure. Keep like humanoids with other like humanoids. But it does surprise you that the Solonians do seem to be accompanying you to this cell block. Excuse me. As you take a look around, yeah, other humans, Corellians, more often, and cage, other cage species. One's the species which you've once encountered before, that are very similar to the Ichani, but hold a different, um, but have a different skin tone as well as hair color in comparison to the Ichani. However, the one that stands out the most to you is a group of humans that congregate amongst themselves. Uh, one of which appears to be a gold-skinned Nothuan.
It's Christmas.
Uh, 5'6" in height, slender build, no hair visible in any facility or any facet, not facility facet. However, blue eyes. Um, and accompanying him would be Ren's character. Ren, would you like to describe who is accompanying this Nothuan?
Sure would. Accompanying this Northwind, standing about five, what is the number? 5'8", in between 5'8", 5'9", um, is a humanoid looking individual with sort of like medium tan skin. Hair is down to shoulder length with a loose wave, and the bare edges of what appeared to have been dye and bleach just clinging to the very ends of the hair. At one point, it probably looks nice. Now it's a mess and tragic. Um, but it's there. Uh, they have fairly chiseled features, like a very square jaw and high cheekbones, and their eyes are a very dark brown towards black. Um, but he has a thinner frame and is just sort of at the side of this Nothuan, arms crossed, and just looking over the group in general.
And with that observation, and you're actually give me a perception check. Average difficulty, um, just to get a read of the room before we proceed further. You got a triumph, okay.
One success, one triumph.
So once you get a pattern of what these two look like, you quickly associate like mannerisms. to the other prisoners in this facility. And you're able to quickly separate between common criminals and these two, as the two that you're immediately seeing appear to be militaristic in mannerisms. And you focus on that. Okay. Who else appears to hold themselves in that same mannerism? You start separating each individual prisoner. Surprisingly enough, you do find a couple Trandoshans, a Doug, and several humanoids, some Corellians, some native to Coruscant, all carrying themselves in a very similar regard as these two do. The cell block holds about 200 different cellmates at one time. And they're all in their own niches or cliques throughout the cell block in the common area. And as this Hauk brings you in, he prostrates you in front of the yard, along with the Solonians. And he goes through his spiel. Welcome to cell block. Hold on. Forgot the Orbesh lettering. One sec. Orbesh. There we go. Okay. Welcome to cell block, Krenth. I'm your warden, Zarek. Everything I say goes. If you don't do what I say, you get struck. You resist what I say, we break limbs. You feel the need to escape, we won't bother chasing you. Because what happens to you out there will be far worse than what we will ever do. As he points to the exterior wall to the north. Life here on Belsavis is not going to be easy for you. You're gonna work for what you get. You're hungry, you work for it. You want clothes, you work for it. You want leisure, you work for it. You have questions, ask one of my guards. There's a chain of command, you work your way through that process. If something that isn't done to your satisfaction, you work your way up the chain of command. You circumvent that chain of command. And you will not like the result. Do I make myself clear?
Well, he's just looking at. He's probably just looking around.
The Solonians kind of let out this low guttural grunt as a form of acknowledgement. The other humans that were processed with you nod silently as Zarek's eyes fall onto you, seeing no form of acknowledgement. I said, do I make myself clear? Good. Get to know your cell block mates. The yard expects you in about 1 hour. Don't get too comfortable. And as he says that, he turns around with him the guards make their way outside of the cell block of Krenth. So for your notes, you have found yourself in cell block Krenth. You need me to spell that for you?
That'd be great.
All right. That will be Krenth.
Rent. Oh yeah, I got it right except for the C. Got it. Perfect.
All right. That being said, as Zarek dismisses the new processes, they all begin to disperse slowly. The Salonians kind of reserve to themselves and find a more secluded area within the cell block. The other humans make their way towards the other humans that are localized around the Nothawin. What is your course of action?
I think while this whole spiel was happening, once they reach the cell block and he spots the Nathwin and the other individuals that seem to have this like more militaristic demeanor, he's scanning the space. So he's looking at that group. He's trying to make the association of the group. He's trying to see how they're interacting with one another, but also he's just trying to look past that group to everybody else in this cell block. He's trying to see if he can identify any particular like cross click looks that may also indicate like, like there's a group, this people seem to be like looking intently at this group over there, or potentially especially the Nathwin group. Like, is this Nathwin group, like, is there anybody else looking in their direction? Are they looking in someone else's direction? Like, do I already start to sense any level of like animosity or behaviors that make me get a whiff of potential hierarchies, potential disparities or discrepancies of, or like bad blood between groups, etc.? Do I see anything that stands out between like someone that seems to be very like I own this fucking place versus like someone that looks very scaredy cat and very like I don't know what I'm doing here and I'm scared to shit?
You'll with that perception check, with that triumph, you do spot a lone figure, somebody that does not seem to really care about associating himself, carries himself with a level of confidence. Another human, however, red hair, blue eyes, freckles. Give me a. What would be a history check? I need a history check of some kind. Let's see. Give me a xenology check.
Okay. Sure.
It's gonna be a hard difficulty.
Oh my lord. This is gonna be embarrassing.
I will give you a boost die.
No, not gonna help, I don't think. Not with 3 failures.
Yeah, no.
I'll roll it just for the heck of it. Nope.
Advantage.
If only Eagle was here to turn your luck around.
Advantage. With 3 failures, but an advantage. I'll give you this. Redheaded individual does strike you with an air of familiarity. You just cannot fucking place it for the life of you.
You're fucking giving me Cal Kestis here.
This individual appears to be gruff in nature, very athletic. He's got a slightly muscular stature, not crazy by any means, but you get a sense that he has seen his fair share of combat. he seems to be more reserved to himself. Does not really associate with any of the other niches within the cell block. Um, but his attention was drawn to your group as you guys were prostrated by Warden Zarek to the rest of them. And once Zarek finishes his spiel, he goes back to doing his own thing. And that's as far as the other inmates within this cell block. They seem to be more reclused into their own organizations. There seems to be some level. There seems to have been some level of peace established amongst these individual niches or cliques. Probably out of a sense of survivability uh, in a hostile environment such as this, as a prison.
I think Oho is going to go to this red-headed individual, but he's going to try to like walk near the Nathoan individual in the other group, just to like see if he either catches anything that they're talking as he approaches. And he'll, I don't know what the layout this place is, but he'll quote unquote stealth or make himself so that he's like walking, looks like, oh, he's walking that way, so we can talk calmly. And actually, he was just like walking right behind them, and they didn't even fucking notice.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty open space. In this area, it's a bunch of picnic-style tables with chairs bolted to the floor and whatnot. Um, all about 6 feet apart from each other. There's about 20 different tables with 10 chairs each. Is just about. Um,
your mod is on, just so you know.
God damn it! Again,
Turn it on again.
my knuckle keeps hitting the fucking button. I need to move it away from me. There we go. But yeah, about 20 different tables with about 10 chairs each. The common area is pretty large, and as you're looking about, it's about 4 levels high. Each cell, as you're walking through, holds about 2 prisoners each, and each level holds about there's 100 cellmates in here. 4 levels. I think there might be 5. Yeah, let's say it's 5. 25 cells each. So there's a couple of vacant cells, but yeah. Each cell has about two beds. So you share a room with one bunkmate. With that being said, there is the potential of having your own cell with the excess remaining. However, that may come at a price. But you make your way towards the redhead, trying to observe in your passing the conversations between the Nothwin and the other humans. With your already rolled perception check, I'll say you hear as the Nothwin talks to the human. Hey, case, make sure rations are divvied out evenly. And everybody's ready for tonight's yard. I don't know what we're getting ourselves into. Last I heard, the yard that we're excavating took a couple lives. So and then that would be what he would hear from the Northwind. I don't know if Case would have responded while Oho was in range. That being said, give me a perception. No, yeah, give me a perception check while Oho's making his way through.
So normal. God.
With Oho. This would have to be a passive stealth for Oho. Fuck. Shit, even still. That's a formidable difficulty. With a passive.
Love my guy.
Formidable. Ugh, he's so normal.
Yeah. Sorry, Case. Damn.
So close.
So close.
So close.
Yeah. So yeah, Case, you don't take any notice to Oho potentially listening in on this conversation you're having with this Nothawan.
Okay. What was the last thing you said?
So he said, make sure rations are divvied out amongst the squad and have everybody prepared for the yard work tonight, as he's gotten word that lives were lost at this current project site that you're being assigned to.
Case Nix is going to nod. All right, sure I can do. Fucking hate this place. He'll start the work.
Well, 4 years in, hopefully we'll get out of here soon. Just keep up the hope. Don't give up.
Who said anything about giving up? I'm just saying I fucking hate this place. I can hate as long as I want, can't I?
That's fair.
Hey Tarzan,
Yes.
how long ago did the pilots get captured? Was it 4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, remember this.
Oh, remember this. Case is going to. Is it just the people that are immediately gathered around us, the pilots, or are they
The
scattered?
pilots are scattered amongst, but they are centralized around you guys. It's been typical practice that you guys stay within hearing range of each other, just due to the fact that you guys are in a prison. Prisons are unpredictable, so everybody should be within hearing distance over you. But you don't obviously want to go shouting this out to everybody, but.
No, I just wanted to see how if I gave them a look, just to indicate
Oh yeah, there's not.
in my.
I mean, especially with the squadron, you guys have nonverbal commands. Rally. This would probably be your most common hand gestures, which is to rally, and then you'd point to a spot to congregate at, and yeah, I'd probably say you give that hand gesture and then point towards one of the cells, and you make your way there, and then soon after, a congregation follows you that way. And I'd probably say, oh, you do spot that little gesture and the sudden coalescence of a squad of or group of people in that area. But you finally find yourself near this solo human, red-haired individual, and he just continues going about his business. He's currently trying to knit without knitting needles, just doing so with his hands, which is not an easy task. I guess this would be what braiding, I guess. So yeah, he's like not kind of not. It's not the most elegant practice, and it's definitely not the most. It's not the most well-designed item, but he just seems to be utilizing it as a means to distract himself and whatnot. But let's see if he takes notice to you or not.
If it helps, oh, he's probably just going to literally walk and like if there's a wall, he's just gonna get on the wall right next to him.
So this individual is just seated, is just currently not trying to braid this thing together and not really doing so well, but doesn't seem to take any notice to you as you close your distance and take up a residence on the wall, and just continues to go about his business.
You stand on your own in a place where many seem to have groups. Why?
Because I can handle my own. What about you? Why are you choosing to associate with somebody that doesn't care about associating with anyone?
I may have no intentions of associating with anyone myself. After all, I can handle my own.
I heard somebody managed to make the warden fall on his face during processing. Was that you?
Floor Floors can be slippery sometimes.
Hmm. Um, just a word of advice. Warden doesn't forget too easily. I do my best to make myself as small as possible in the years to come while you're here.
Is that what you've done? Made yourself small?
Yeah. I used to live a life as large as I did. Living as small as possible in a prison is a cakewalk.
How long have you been here?
One second.
Yeah, GM, go look for lore.
I don't know what you mean.
You fetch me that Wikipedia. You fetch me that Wikipedia right meow.
I don't know what you mean. Would be. Hold on.
Holding.
Man, I really need to start pinning this fucking information.
That would help, but I have no idea who this person is. Not yet.
4 years. I've been in here 4 years.
Seems you're not the only one. Came here 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So did you come with them and then chose isolation?
No. No, as he assumes you're pointing at the others that are congregated around amongst themselves. No, I made a bad business call. One that took me away from my son.
Your son alive?
I hope. Haven't heard from him since I was brought here.
You probably won't. It's hard to find something to hear when you make yourself small.
Yeah, well, this planet doesn't necessarily seem to be the most visitor friendly, if you will.
Anything else I should know?
Yeah, stick to your own people. Anything else will get you killed.
I don't have any people.
Well, then watch your fucking back. And sleep with one eye open. Something tells me you're probably going to have a hard time doing that. He points to your eye patch.
What's his name? Your son.
Listen, friend, I just met you. Let's not pretend to be friends right now.
I'm not.
Cool, then you'd probably understand why I'm not going to tell you my son's fucking name.
Yeah, I do.
No hard feelings.
No feelings.
Go ahead and with your Ikani nature, give me another perception check. I'll give you 2 boost die because of your ability. Actually, this would be a cool check, not a perception check.
A cool check, boo.
But with 2
What's
boost die.
the difficulty?
This will be against his deception, his innate deception, because he's not actively doing it. Hard difficulty.
So this is 2 boost die, like blue ones.
Yep, 2 blue, and then your skill plus
Mm.
3 difficulty.
0 successes, 2 threats.
This individual is very well guarded. Probably something he's been able to practice being incarcerated here for 4 years. That has helped him land at this level of protection of being externally read. And on top of that, he's preoccupying himself with a task. So trying to read into him is not. It's not something that you can do in this moment. And Ichani are better, or more, and with 2 eyes. The Chani are better, are more literate in the more combat sense. If you want to get to know them better, you're probably gonna have to fight them.
The place tonight. What do you know about it?
It's an old prison, several kilometers deep. Warden wants to find artifacts from the old years, the old millennia. Probably believes that the more artifacts he finds from the old era, the more he ingratiates himself with the Emperor. At least that's what I would do.
Is that what you were trying to do before you ended up here?
No, No, I killed the wrong person.
Hmm.
Killed the wrong person, made the wrong enemies. What about you, friend?
I'm not your friend, remember?
Yeah, but we can be cordial.
We could.
Cordial, but not intimate, you know? So what are you doing time for?
Getting caught.
Similar situation as me. Well, make yourself comfortable. Not too many people that find themselves here make it out alive.
Do you want to?
Of course I do. But chances of that happening is it's like pulling ears off a gun dark.
So is killing the wrong person.
Yeah. That's a little easier to do.
Only
Anyways,
if you're not good enough.
maybe. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to my my knitting here. Suggest you go make some friends.
Looks terrible, and then walks away.
Go ahead and give me a charm check. God damn it!
Oh God! Of
All
all the
right.
things,
This will
charm.
be
Of all the things, charm.
this will be an average difficulty.
If I call Ego on the phone,
Ego from the edge of the universe
can I?
sends you
Yeah,
a
like
touch of
yeah,
faith.
yeah. Actually, like, is there like a call a friend option in jail in this prison?
Phone a friend.
What's the difficulty of this?
Average difficulty.
Oh, this is the odds of this is wow, wow.
4 failures. Jesus, you rolled the maximum failures you could possibly get. Fuck. Okay.
That's something special.
That is unique. That is unique. Love God.
You want to pause, Tarzan?
No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, that's bad. So Oho rolled 4 failures for the audience.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Say my thing. Charm. There's a reason why I sent Ego the last mission we did to the room to talk to a person and not me.
Yeah. 4 failures, 3 advantages though. Okay.
He always falls upward.
That's a good point. That is a good point. What does it look like when you fail with some level of advantage?
I mean, in this particular case, I think it's literally that defines Oho. He's not a charm person. If he's charming, is by accident.
Yeah.
Or because he's trying to pretend to be charming. But he rarely attempts to pretend to be charming because that's not coercion. Yes. Charm. Mm-mm.
Yeah. With those advantages, you can still sense there's a barrier. 100%. You didn't break through, however, there's a slight chink in the armor, if you will. The barrier has weakened ever so slightly. But he's not ready to divulge to you his life story, if you will.
Fair.
What's next on Oho's agenda in the yard? Not the yard, Gen Pop, sorry.
Yeah, I believe that they announced that the yard's going to be coming soon.
Yes.
I think just to get organized, Oho is going to find his cell
Okay.
to see if he has a bunkmate, and if that is the case, to figure out who it is if they're there.
Establish dominance.
Yeah, to see who I need to accidentally make fall down the stairs somewhere.
Okay. I don't remember if I assigned a cell or not during processing. Did I?
136 is my number. I don't know if that matters with the cell. Sorry, yes, M25.
M25. That's right.
Prisoner
Mern
136, M25, cell block Krenth.
Mern 25. Yes. So that would be uh that'd be the third floor. Is it third? Nope. Yes. Beginning of third floor. First cell. You make your way in. You set your stuff on the bunk. Take a look around. Let's see. Who's your cellmate? Gamorrean. Already happens to be lounged out on the bottom bunk. Actually, no. They would have been in the more alien sector. Sorry. Disregard. It would be a weak way. They're more human in appearance than any of these other ones that have been processed. So yeah, a weak way. Already has taken up the bottom bunk. You make your way in with your 3 uniforms in hand, and looks at you as you walk in. What's going on? So you're my
I think I just,
bunkie.
I think Oho just like arrives to the cell and at the door notices the individual, and then it's just a matter of like looking at the individual, trying to like take in as much as they can from just like looking at them, and then starting to scan the cell the cell.
Gotcha. As you continue to stand at the threshold, the Weequay begins to stand. So, here's the deal. Okay? I got bottom bunk. You know, and for all intents and purposes, I call the shots. If you need to fart, you fart towards the gate. You need to jerk off, you jerk off towards the wall. Just totally making a movie reference here. Fingers crossed you guys know what movie I'm referencing. If not, I am so sorry. um, but I can't tell if you want to fight or fuck, so which is it? Again, movie reference, but
I think Oho just hears this very tepid, territorial attempt, and it's just a. Is there anything that he gauge anything by observing this individual
give me a
of
cool.
whether or not? Yeah,
Yeah, give me a cool check. This is a hard difficulty.
let's see. It's are not my dice.
Hmm. Yeah, he's. This individual stands about 6'2". He's kind of a burly individual, uh, but he seems to be trying to, as far as you, so, as far as you're concerned, this guy's just demonstrating his strength to you, or some is trying to assert command or dominance, if you will. Um, Whether or not you're able to see through it or not so much, but he seems like a capable warrior.
I think Goho just acknowledges that he doesn't seem to be able to get a read on this individual beyond the obvious statement. And he just moves to his bed to place his outfits folded underneath the sheets. And I think it's just a thing of like putting his stuff where it is on the bed, turns to the individual once more, turns around, walks out.
As you make your way back out, he goes back to laying down on his bunk. Hmm. Let's do a. What's your cools average with the difficulty of 2? Yeah, no, he can't. He don't know shit.
Threats. I sense his eyes looking at me, this motherfucker.
As you make your way out, he kind of remains in place for a moment. Um, and as you leave line of sight, he finally sits down, kind of contemplates for a moment before finally laying down and continuing to go about his leisure until it's time for the yard. But yeah, interesting. Your cellmate seems to be an interesting character.
Okay. I think when I go out, and considering that I'm on the third floor, I take the vantage point opportunity to keep an eye on the group, the Nathwin individual and the others, since now that I have managed to spot a few of them, like at a distance, but keeping tabs on each other with like hand gestures and stuff. Like I'm trying to get a grasp of how many are there, and I'm also trying to get a sense of like, based on the number that we're supposed to be extracting, can I count them all here?
Okay. Give me another perception check. For the love of God. Switch encounters again. Place existing. There we go. Give me a perception check. Stealth is hard. Formidable. So, formidable difficulty. Perception check.
Perception. Formidable. Yowza. I'll be surprised. Oh my god. That is crazy. That's 2 successes, 3 threats, and 1 triumph.
Yeah, you get a very accurate count here. Not counting the Nothwin, who is currently off conversing with the other humanoids in the cell block. Uh, Referring back to the one that the Nothwin was delegating with, he's currently addressing at least 13 other individuals. Not at least. You count 13. different other individuals. So altogether, you do count, including those two, 15 individuals that seem to be a very tightly knitted group. By this
If
point,
I'm thinking that's the number, yeah.
correct. And then by this point, they begin to disperse after getting their information from Ren's character and go about their business throughout Gen Pop.
What is Ren's character doing?
I think once I've said what needed to be said to the rest of the group, I don't immediately go back to towards the Northwind. What is his name?
I sent it to you.
Natho.
Yes, you did. I don't immediately go back to him. I think I am in this room. It's just the tables and the benches, like you said. Tarzana.
Yeah, just pick. Oh, I did not send it to you yet. Here it is.
No, you did. You did.
There it is. I had typed it up. I just didn't hit the send button. Dumbass.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's picnic table set up. About 10 different tables. No, 20 different tables with 10 chairs each.
Are there like water access points, or is it just people get fed at? Because I think he's just gonna like get water.
That's a good question.
Do they deny you water in prison?
I doubt it. However, it is the Empire, so that wouldn't be like far from belief or understanding. But let's see.
To be fair, though, if you have people that you're intending to keep working water, if they are life sources that are like humans, it's beneficial to keep them at least hydrated, because otherwise they're not going to be much.
Yeah, there's easily accessible water fountains all throughout the Gen Pop area.
Yeah,
with
I'm water fountaining.
Oh my God, can Ojo just be right behind, like the moment that they like the typical like going down, like the camera comes up and like Ojo's right there.
So, Case releases the button. He looks up, looks at you, and I think he tries not to look startled, but in the same breath is like, what the fuck? You got a problem or something?
Are you done?
I look across the room towards an empty fountain. Sure. Have at it. And I just back off, gesture to it, and turn.
Worried about tonight?
I stop my steps.
Case, you hear from the distance.
Sorry, but gotta go. And then he stops again. You're new. Hold on to your ration. He just walks off.
Ojo's going to drink from the fountain and then use the opportunity of that like leaning to drink from the fountain too. When he goes down to lean in to drink to see if he senses anything of like him being in that position, potentially quote unquote, like looking away from the space and to it. Do I sense any eyes on me? Like anything that it's like,
Give me a give me another hard perception check. Okay. As you bend down to drink from the fountain, you take the opportunity from this angle to take a look behind you to see where the whistle came from. There you see, off in the distance, on the opposite side of the yard, or the Gen Pop, the Nothwin, who currently has his eyes fixed on you, with 3 other humanoids located by him, as well as 5 more additional that were located in the general location of you near Case. And as Case makes his way towards the Nothwin, the intensity of their energy dissipates. However, there is a level of caution. You get a sense that they were protecting Casey, or Case-Nix, since you are a new arrival. They don't know anything about you.
I think in Ojo's mind, he's thinking, good. They seem to have some level of organization and care for one another in a way that seems to be pretty, like, it's decent. Their movements are pretty decent and in connection with each other. So they're working together still, which is like one of the things that he was trying to also spot from like looking at them from above and seeing what everybody's doing. Is like, dude, these 15 people that came through are still 15 people that seem to be working in tandem.
Right.
And I think his mind is now on the concept of like, it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. Because now for him it's like, oh, life threats? Great. I need to see how these people behave in situations of stress, so that I can also measure them a little bit and get a sense of like, how do they act, how do they behave, what do I need to expect from when they, if I need to incorporate them into that part of the mission.
Yeah. It's probably about that point as you get that confirmation mentally. Over the PA system, you get an alarm, an alert, if you will, over the intercom. And out steps from the, stepping out from the, I guess this would be the administration area, the Warden Zarek?
That is the name you gave me.
Warden Zarek, yep. Who addresses the population. All right, you fucking scum. Gather up. It's time for the yard. Grab your beam drills. And with that, that's where we'll go to break. Thank you, all you wonderful 2B Dicers. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere as we resituate ourselves, and we'll continue our story in the yard of our adventure on Belsavis, week 1 of Ojo's incarceration. We'll be right back. Here we go. All right. I should probably unmute. There we go. We're back. Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Edge of the Empire. I do apologize for the squintiness. He is a bitch. I got something in my eye. That being said, welcome back. Our scene's going to open back up with the Yard. A encounter for Oho's first experience on the surface of Belsavis. As you guys make your way out to the Yard, you guys are given various implements of excavation, beam drills, hammer and chisels, so on and so forth. Tools that could potentially be used as weapons in a conflict, but are not near as effective as the weapons that the warden and his guard carry. As you take a look around, they are carrying a wide array of blaster implementations. Some heavy, some standard blasters, so on and so forth. The beam drills that you have on hand don't have nearly the range that the blaster rifles have. You'd be fighting at a severe disadvantage. However, you get a sense that those blaster rifles aren't necessarily there for you. As you make your way out into the Yard, you quickly take notice to the fact that there are no fences at all. And as you guys are brought out there, you can hear Warden Zarek call out, "All right, for all you fresh meat." As you take a look around, you're going to quickly take notice to the fact that there are no fences. And you just want, there you go, thank you. That's because if you want to run, go ahead and fucking run. I could promise you that the life out there would be so much harder than it is inside your cell. And as he's making this statement, you can hear the various assortment of life just out on the exterior perimeter of this facility. Various caws and shrills of predators off in the distance. The occasional heavy footfalls of a large, monstrous creature off in the distance. The fact that they're not assaulting the facility, a testament to its own defenses. But life out here is not easy. And you're being led by an entourage of about 16 different guards, being led by Warden Zarek. You guys are brought up to a old ruin built into a rock wall. A massive stone gate. Long sealed. Various plant life has overgrown and taken the structure itself, leaving remnants of an outline of what used to be a door. Door now itself fused together by a millennia of erosion and mineral growth. But as you take in the exterior, you can see an old formation of what appears to be a threshold of a stone door, utilizing some similar form of bulkhead technology. An ancient form of it, at least. All right, you squabbling scum. Start digging. Let's get into this vault. And with that, the various prisoners, now armed with various tools of excavation, begin to dig and carve their way into this vault. Casey Nix, and the Nothwin working close side by side and giving out various directions to their squad or their squadron to create facilitate a more structured dig and be a more effective team overall. You can hear the Nothwin. All right, gentlemen, let's hit this sector of the wall. Work our way diagonally across. Start at the bottom, make our way up to the top right corner of this vault. Let's target the seam itself. The seam is probably going to be the most weakest part of this seal. And I want you two on load-bearing duty. Lift all the heavy debris out of the way. Get relocated out of the immediate workspace. You guys work the beam drills, break the seal. You guys start planning. Assess the structure, come up with a tangible blueprint of what we can expect and what to excavate. And the teams begin to disperse as the Nothwind goes to help with the various delegations amongst them, leaving Case to continue delegating as well as help where is needed.
Any chance that during the time here or on the way to the ruins, a bold creature of this planet may have decided to attempt to move in the direction of the prison, even if it's not necessarily where we are, that I would have been able to catch a glimpse of the display of the defenses at work?
Give me a daunting perception check. Challenge of 1. God. Reason for the difficulty is a dense jungle. With that,
I use my triumph.
so you have one success.
Yeah.
One success with the 3 threats.
Which makes sense. We're like literally outside.
Yeah. I would say you're able to pick up a large figure. Bipedal in nature, massive stature. However, you're not, due to the density of the forest and the distance away from the facility, you're not able to observe the nature of the defenses that are protecting this facility. This silhouetted creature seems to be maintaining a distance from the occupied area, whether it be concerted or a influenced distance due to some external applications. You're not able to tell. It does not seem to be making its way towards the facility, but you are able to at least tell this creature is bipedal in nature, but massive in scale.
Well, who will remember this? I will attempt my best. I don't think I may never get to use it, but just in case, I'm stating right now, Oho is just making a mental link about this particular creature that he is sensing.
Okay. All right.
for potential future shenanigans.
Case next, you continue helping with the delegation, more so concentrating your efforts on the excavation site itself, with the rest of the beam drill team, uh, pointing out targeted points that would be ideal to help facilitate a quicker break of the seal. Um, Go ahead and give me a hard perception check. You're muted if you're speaking.
I actually said that silently, so you wouldn't have heard anything anyway. Hard perception.
Okay.
Two successes, one in touch.
With that, you do see another dig team being brought up. They are brought up alongside your guys' dig team to excavate the other side of this structure that you guys are currently working on. However, those ones appear to be the more alien population. The Equalish Trandoshans, the Vadrans, the Gamorreans, and the Clatuian. Oh my god. Why do I struggle with that fucking word so bad? But yeah, they're hitting the...
We all have one.
You guys are hitting the southwest sector of this facility. They're hitting the northeast. Ideally, a pincer maneuver, moving through this facility, and you're moving through the facility counterclockwise. They're moving through the facility ass backwards. You're moving through clockwise. They're moving counterclockwise. Yeah, you guys you spot that, and then with that perception check, you do see. You're able to isolate more the more weaker spots in the mineral growth over this seal of the door, and directed your team to target that. You're also able to spot the human that has been incarcerated with you just about the same amount of time as you guys have been, who's currently not doing jack shit. He's just fucking standing around, tool in hand, minding his own business, and you can see that he's drawing the attention of the Hauk.
Case will acknowledge that, glance at the Nothawin, and then flick his eyes over to this red-headed individual. Oi! Come here.
What's up?
Not much for you if you don't get your ass working. Look, just target this, and he's gonna point towards the mineral deposit. You're about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, I find it... I work better when I have that direction. And he immediately goes to work on the designated spot that you gave him. And this is repeatable behavior. He only does things when he's explicitly told to do something. Otherwise, he stands there until he's directed otherwise. So he was either going to wait till the Hauk could give him directions, which would have been involving some level of physical violence, or if you would have you give him direction, which would be less painful.
I think Case suppresses rolling his eyes, and then just looks back towards the team, make sure everyone's doing what they're meant to and keeping an eye on where the warden is.
Warden would be uh, reclined in a uh, observation deck that was it's a hover platform, um, similar to the hover platform. Actually, it's a converted hut platform that was converted into being an observation deck, a mobile observation deck, if you will. He's just sitting there watching as the two excavation teams begin to work on the dig site. Um, with the added activity of your guys' dig activity, you can hear the various wildlife beginning to stir from the sounds. And with that, you're able to pick up on the added not agitation, but hypervigilance of the Hulk guards overwatching the site. That being said, before we go any further, oh, what the fuck are you doing? And what tool would you be currently carrying?
What were the? What options did they give us other than the
Energy beam drills, but they would have given those to the more heavy set inmates. So you'd probably get a hammer and chisel.
I would probably be just like, going through the motions of what? I mean, he would be doing the job, but I think overall he's just like trying to get a sense of, from now that he's like on this outside area, what does it look like from here? Like looking back toward the direction that they came from. Because now it's like, oh, there's no perimeter cover. So granted, because technically it's supposed to be super dangerous out here. But now it's just like, okay, so that's interesting. So what are what is the final wall before you actually enter this area that you're like no longer, like if you wanted to run, you could run. Um, what does it look like from this outside section looking in the direction of where we are kept? Are there any spots from here that hint to any weak spots in the structure of the building? Uh, like just because the system is a good defense, but at the same time, these people talk about the gravity and severity of the creatures and the wildlife here. There's a part of me that would like to believe that perhaps this cannot be 100% fail proof. There has to have been a moment or two throughout the history where something got through, and even though it maybe didn't make it all the way, it just fucked up something.
Interesting.
It's like what happens when one of these like hulky motherfuckers decided to just like rush through, and they took it down. But before they took it down, like a manager, like an avian creature, like there's a difference between shooting a ship versus a flying bird that is maybe flying low. So it's like just trying to get a sense of the the structures themselves too. He's probably keeping track of both sides, obviously, like getting a sense of like what are the dangers out there. Technically, Hondo gave us some information, so I know that the wildlife here is a bit crazy. But I'm also just curious too.
Gotcha. With your check earlier, the exterior of the facility is pockmarked with various levels of structural damage. Granted, it's mostly it is predominantly what's the word? Surface level or material, I guess. There, not Strider. Crusher. A lot of it would be blunt force trauma.
Mm-hmm.
There would be several bladed score marks. Not necessarily energy based, but bladed in nature.
Okay.
Um, that's about the gist of it. I mean, there's no form of militia resistance on this planet, so there's no like energy-based damage to the structures at all in any capacity. Um, at least for this facility itself. So yeah, you're just getting a lot of blunt force damage and bladed damage from on the exterior of the facility, uh, and it's intermittent to the point that it's very easily dismissed. Like as if like one entity managed to get past all the defenses and scored at least one fucking shot before, you know,
Yeah.
being evaporated.
Yeah.
As far as defenses go, you're spotting on top of the facility 4 anti-air batteries. On the exterior of the facility, several anti-personnel batteries. These would be turbo laser turrets or heavy repeating turrets. In some form or another, they are occupied. Or no, these would be automated. Never mind. These would be automated defenses. But as you guys make your way past the defenses, you probably would pick up on the fact that they do orient themselves in your direction until indicated that via RFID or scan confirmation, you guys were not considered a threat, and they reorient themselves out to the greater perimeter of the facility. So, that being said, you're able to confirm that majority of the defenses of this facility are all automated.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get to the dig site, there are no defenses at all, aside from the security detachment that's assigned to your guys' excavation site, which is the 16 Hout guards, including the warden Zarek, who are overseeing this excavation. And with that, you get a sense that the investment in protection of prisoners is not all that high on the priority list. You guys would be considered expendable. I see you plotting, and I'm curious as to where you're going with this.
I have so many. There's so much going on in my brain. Some of it not to be done today, but definitely notes for future.
Mm-hmm.
But my brain is currently thinking, would the reaction of these people be if they felt like something is coming through the trees?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but that would mean me potentially having to attempt to use the force, which I don't know if I want to do this early on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and with your skill, let's see, you're doing your hammer and chisel. Give me a go ahead and give me a luck roll.
What is it? Well, how do you do that?
That's
Just
the white D12.
Oh, just this force die.
Force die, yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
That was too light side for those
Yeah.
watching and listening.
For the audience, yeah. 2 light side points. Um, as you're excavating, let's see if I can. Because I definitely can't make this sound. Let's see if they have a sound for it. I spelled it right. Okay. E. There you go. Nope. Okay. As you're excavating, you're minding your own business and continuing about your work as you can hear the rest of the group kind of coordinating their efforts in the Nothwin and Case, Nix, delegating target points and whatnot. You can hear what sounds like a series of footfalls in rapid succession. Not in a sense of something running towards you, but something more in the sense of something with multiple legs. And you can hear as it pushes past the tree line. And emerging from the tree line, a Acklay, a praying mantis like insectoid creature, emerges from the tree line, drawn to the sound of drilling and excavation of stone, makes its way out into the dig site. I need everyone to roll initiative. This would be vigilance based for everyone. Let's add to the encounter these guys. There we go. Okay. For the energy beam drills. Where is David? Get off my clothes, please. Thank you. Where is the Hildiaden? I need debts to pay one shot. There it is. Okay. So, those of you that are currently wielding a beam drill or improvised binding tools, they would be a damage of 5, crit of 5, ranged is engaged, and a cumbersome of 4. And they add an automatic threat to all combat checks. Yeah, that's going to do it. Okay. So let me add that to the NPC's inventory as well. Yeah, he's going to have one. This would be a ranged heavy skill. Sorry, never mind. Melee. Am I looking at the right weapon? Hold on. Let's go further back, maybe. Weapons. Where's my weapons? Blaster rifle. Nope. Arc welder. No. Scalpel. No. Grapplers. No. The beam drill had fuck. I thought it had range.
I feel like short at best.
Pretty sure it's supposed to have some level of range. Hold on. The miners have weapons improvised from mining tools, melee, 5 and 5. Marv had a blaster, work clothes. Bonda had a blaster, knife. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess the beam drills have a melee range skill. Okay, melee range.
Would you want me?
Go ahead.
Would you want me with an engineer's hammer or a vibro pickaxe?
Hammer.
Damn it! I was hoping you say the other one.
Engaged. All right. This would add brawn. There we go. Okay. So, let's go ahead and add him to the initiative. This will be vigilance based as well. This would be cool for this one. We'll do vigilance. My eyes burn. Okay. That was the wrong monster, but all the same. Pilots need to be added. There we go. And uno más. What's this one? And Ren, you already added your character. We're good. Okay, cool. 3-1 is the monster. So we'll keep that. We'll turn all these others into NPC slots to signify the friendlies. Okay. Cool. All right. Let us switch over. A little more of a intense situation. Starting us off at the top of the round, as this creature emerges from the tree line and spots its quarry, it begins to lunge forward. Its 6 appendages clawing at the ground before it as it propels itself forward with 2 scythe-like blades extended and ready to strike out at the entities that it has designated as its prey. Go ahead and first player character make your move.
Do I notice? Are they targeting just like the group in general?
They would be moving towards. So you guys will be on the facility itself. The Hawks are. You guys would be the closest target. So yeah, they're moving towards the prisoners. As the most immediate prey item on the field.
Gotcha. I could do. I'm going to say that Oho is going to take this first turn to actually attempt to hide
Oh,
from the sight of this creature.
okay.
So he wants to use his movement to get out of the way and attempt to basically remove himself from sight from
Okay.
this thing.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. This will be based off of everybody's perception. So hard and hard and hard and
Soft.
hard with a challenge of 2. Okay. Where's my house? Hard with a challenge of 1. Okay. Average. Okay. So all but one has a difficulty of hard. One has a challenge of 2. One has a challenge of 1. So we're going to say this is an average of a hard difficulty. The challenge of 1.
That'll be 6 successes, 7 advantages, 1 triumph.
Okay. So
And I would like, if possible, to use my advantages, and we can play this however we want to play this. But I'm giving these advantages to. I'm basically giving 1 advantage to Casey,
okay.
1 advantage to the Nathuan,
Okay.
and then 1 advantage to another, out to the redhead.
Got you. Okay. So you're kind of up on top of the facility, digging at some what appears to be some a type of sarcophagus or something of that nature. You're not necessarily sure what it is, but you're digging at the minerals to uncover what it is exactly. You see this Acklay emerge from the tree line and shriek out as it identifies its prey item and begins to lunge forward. And you take cover behind this structure that you're digging at. That'll end your turn as you are hidden out of view. It is now the Acklay's turn. The Acklay is going to lunge forth let's see, we got the pilots, we have Volt, the redhead, we have Nothwin, we have Casey, or Case Next, we have the Hauk, and the Salonians, so 6. Let's go with a d6. Oh shit, they're going after the Salonians. Okay. The Salonians were kind of more reserved towards the back of the excavation. Their species is more of a lithe build, not necessarily built for heavy lifting and whatnot. So they're kind of in charge of removing foliage from the excavation site and making it easier for the excavation team to go about their digging. One of which appears to be on the most exterior edge of the perimeter of this excavation site, and that's the target's, the Accolade's target, is that lone figure on the edge. It rushes forth, closing the distance with breakneck speed, and lunges at it with its large claws. Need to reveal my NPCs to target them. Get out of here. Go away. we go. And the Selenians. Okay. There we go. Engaged. Build pool. God damn it. And here it comes. Damn. All right, that is a successful hit. The Acklay lunges forward and just comes down with a large claw right into the chest of this lone Selonian on the edge of the perimeter, dealing 11 points of wounds to the Selonian. Versus Soka 5, that is 6 wounds. Into a crit of 2. Oh shit, that's a crit.
Selonians more like Solongnias.
Oh wait, it's a minion. That's an instant death for one of the minions. Okay, so the Acklay comes sprinting, charging up, and just comes down with a large claw right in the center of the chest of the Selonian, impaling it. Its body goes immediately limp as its claw retracts, with the Selonian still attached to the claw, and it just brings the lower half of the upper half of the body towards its maw and just chomps down on it, killing the lone Selonian instantly. That will end the Acklay's turn. We have another PC slot. Ren, would you like to go next?
Fuck him up.
Oh no, I'll wait for the other player. Oh, this is me. Kazenix, seeing this Selonian drop, is going to call out to the approximately, so it's about 15 of us. It's 15 of us in the group.
Yes.
How many beam drills were distributed between us?
You would have collectively 6 amongst your team.
Okay. I'm trying to determine if he had one or not. I'd say yeah. But he's going to call out to Rogue Squadron. Eyes up. We've got incoming, and the ones that have hammers and chisels and aren't necessarily equipped to do that much. He's going to direct. I'm not saying you can't do much with a hammer and chisel. I'm just saying
You'd be hard pressed, yeah.
He's gonna direct those to like get around and behind the structure as best as they can, away from the incoming, so that the ones with beam drills can form a bit of a line of defense and start backing up.
I like it. Okay. I like that. So yeah, okay. You give out the command, your commands to form a defensive line with the beam drills, while the others maneuver around. You making any attack on your own, or you just preparing?
Yeah, if it's close enough, I think I have to be engaged.
Correct.
Hey.
If you
Sure.
care to be.
Yeah, it's probably silly of me to. So I got the J7B beam drill from the thing. Is that the one?
Yes. Does it have a range on it?
Okay. Range is engaged.
It is engaged. Figured.
Damage of 9, critical 2.
Sheesh.
Okay. And I am engaged, targeting
The Acklay.
Acklay. It's the one that looks like a stick bug. Got it.
Yep.
Build pool.
Damn, one of the Selenians died outright. That's crazy.
I don't know how well this is gonna go.
Oh, no.
Not well at all. It did not go well. It went poorly.
Abort! Abort!
That's four failures.
That's bad. Oh my god. So yeah, you go rushing up with your beam drill and try to get at its softer underside. And as you come rushing up, the Acklay just finishes chomping on the Selenian that's stuck to its claw. Seeing you rush up, it sideswipes the beam drill, knocking it off as you go to fire. And you just you send off a concentrated beam into a tree trunk, igniting it. But that unfortunately will not do any damage to the Acklay, unfortunately. Anything else?
No, try not to die, I guess.
Well, we got plenty of player character slots to deal with this Acklay, so hopefully no one else dies. We'll see. All right, we got 3 other slots. That's going to be the pilots. Let's have them maneuver up and make a attack roll with the beam drills. There's 5 of them. You used one of them, so it's going to be a beam drill. What was the skill? Melee still?
Yes, melee.
Damage of 9. Crit. It was a crit of 2, really?
Yes.
Interesting. An engaged range. Okay. This will have
bastards.
link. This will have the link quality. If they're able to generate enough advantages, they can get an additional hit with the beam drill. We'll see. Let's have them burn. They're already in engaged range. Let's have them burn their maneuver to perform an aim maneuver to give them a better chance. Shit. Oh no. The pilots go rushing up as well with their beam drills. All five of them with the beam drills kind of either preemptively shoot to overestimate the range of the beam drill and shoot too soon, or underestimate it and shoot too late. And the Acklay is able to deflect the shot before it can make any purchase upon its chitinous shell. That will end the pilot's turn. Next will be the Hawk. Let's have the Hawk go next. The Hawk are going to rush up. Blaster rifles shouldered. Ranged heavy. Damage of 9. Crit 3, range long. Okay. There we go. these guys suck. This would be short range. As they close the distance with their maneuver. There's about 16 of them. Hey, they get a shot off. Look at that. That's 10 wounds against the Acklay. No advantages, so that's all they get. So, oh shit, that doesn't do anything. You watch as the blaster bolt deflects off the carapace of this Acklay and seems to affect it in no way. That might have to change their situation. Let's go back to them. Hold on. Let's turn them into minions.
Gotta aim for the eyes.
There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. What is going on? It's being weird. Let's try that again. Yeah, okay. I guess that really doesn't affect them. Damn, that's terrible. Oh, shit. That's terrible.
This is one of those moments where we're going to be having the same that happened when Tarzan made the first time that we had a race.
The first game?
And he almost wiped the entire party.
By accident, yeah.
It was in this moment that the GM realized he fucked up.
Yeah, this ain't looking good right now.
Alright, I guess I'll save them.
It's fine. We're fine. Heavy blaster pistol.
Put me in, coach.
Why does that have a damage of 0? Heavy blaster pistol has a damage of 7. There we go. Let's fix that. However, he is on his mobile platform, which will have heavy repeating blaster attached. The gunnery skill. Gunnery, where you at? There you are. Okay, damage is 15. Crit of 3. Range of long. Crit of 2, not 3. Okay. There we go. God damn it, I need you guys to be better with these weapons. I need to upgrade some of these guys. Let's see. Fingers crossed, guys.
Hang on,
Use it.
I might need to stack Case Nix as a proper pilot for next game because he's too normal.
Yeah, I gotta.
See what happens? See what happens when you don't share your water, Case?
Let me fix that.
There's like 3 other fountains.
Listen, it's the intention is what counts. This is karma.
Oh my god.
Reroll.
Can you wait, Victor? Didn't you get a despair off of
Yes.
someone else's thing?
That
Can you
was
apply
to,
that?
but that was
to
used to
the
make him fall
Acklay?
on his face.
Damn it!
17 wounds. Okay. I need to fix his skills. 17 wounds versus its soak. Ooh. Okay. That actually gets a shot off. So, as this Acklay emerges from the tree line, you see as Zarek, the warden, inputs a command on his armrest of his hover platform, and as he does, a heavy repeating blaster deploys out from the floorboards and extends its barrel and begins to spool up. And as he stands, he mans the gun and unleashes a torrent of blaster fire, tearing into this acklay. You see as the blaster bolts make contact and tear into the carapace of this insectoid, putting in some good damage. And yeah, that'll end his turn. Next is the redhead. There we go. Make that a little better. Okay. And that is going to be... He's got a... He's got a pickaxe. So we're going to need flavor of truncheon. The pickaxe. Let's do that.
He gets the pickaxe, the bastard.
Pickaxe. That's going to be melee, right? For truncheon. Yep, melee.
Melee crit 2, damage 2, +2. Encumbrance 5.
2 plus brawn.
Cumbersome 4, pierce 3, sunder, vicious 1. See, that's what I need.
Oh, you actually have a pickaxe?
No, that's what I need. I asked you if it was a pickaxe or a hammer.
You have the actual pickaxe stats?
Yeah. I'll send them to you.
Vibro pickaxe. Oh, I see what you're looking at.
Yeah, that's the one.
Cumbersome 4, pierce 3. That's his strength. His brawn will determine that. Oh yeah. So 2 setback die to use this. Wonderful. Okay. Adds an automatic boost die to checks involving breaking rocks and ground clearing. It's similar activity, so you can't use those, unfortunately. It has a pierce of 3 and a sunder and a vicious. Okay. So I just have to add 2 setback die, which he already has. Cool. Okay. Here we go. That is a failure. Holy fuck, that is a terrible roll. Guys, this is not looking good. As you guys are unleashing with these beam drills, these fucking blaster bolts and whatnot, the only person that seems to be affecting this acklay is the warden himself, who's unleashing a torrent of blaster bolt hail. Fire at him. The redhead comes charging up with pickaxe overhead, kind of trying to drive the point of the pickaxe into the chest of this acklay, but the acklay kind of just sideswipes and staggers off to the side and avoids the impact. That will end this round of combat. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before moving on to the next round of combat?
Waiting for my turn.
All right. Starting off at the top of the round is another player character slot. Who is going first?
Me. I've been watching all of this happen, keeping an eye on things, watching one person dies. Oh well. Wasn't one of the pilots. We're good. Watching, keeping an eye on everything, seeing how everybody's fighting. It seems like they're having a hard time. The guard is the only one that seems to be putting in some damage, and that's when I feel like Oho has been in this stealth, is just kind of like been moving and angling himself so that he is either on the side of this thing as he's attacking the rest of the group or behind it. And so that's the moment where, like, when he sees all of this thing happening and is like, kills this Thessalonian, like these people are like attacking it and they're like missing and like hitting it, and then the Carpus doesn't go. He notices the Carpus like being very protective, so he's like, okay, I gotta go for if I aim, I gotta aim small.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a hammer, so I literally just like I cannot aim anything that big. Uh, so before I describe what I'm going to obviously attempt to hit this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, haha. Remind me, how do I do this? I attack. Wait, no. So I pick. Okay, so I have the hammer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
stalking Acklay. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing, right?
Correct.
That's the enemy. I'm going to take strain. Um, I'm going to take 1 point of strain to give myself precise aim to reduce the target's melee and range defense by 1.
Ooh.
So their defense is reduced by 1.
Okay, so you'll only have one setback die to your attack roll.
Correct. And then
Damn, I sent a scary ass creature towards you guys
yeah, you
with no
fucking
fucking
did.
weapons.
Um, sorry, just looking at my things. Making sure that I have anything else that I may be able to use. I don't think these things apply here. Wait, that was precise aim that I said?
Mm-hmm.
And I have true aim as well. But I only have one maneuver if I do an attack. Is that correct?
You can make an additional maneuver if you take 2 points of strain.
And I can still attack?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. So I'm going to take 2 points of strain. And then I'm going to give myself the. I love that I'm doing all of this, and it would be hilarious because like the damage is not going to be that much, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do true aim so that I can upgrade my combat check per ranks of true aim, which at present are just 1.
Okay.
Precise aim 1, true aim 1. Okay. So that upgrades my. I'm going to give myself the yellow to the green to yellow.
Okie dokie.
And may the lords have mercy on this lord.
Damn. Okay. You.
Okay. So
Okay.
I have 1 triumph left. What does the triumph give me with an attack?
So in order to inflict critical injuries on a target, you have to do enough damage to get past their soak.
Which I didn't.
You did not. However, you can use that triumph You can use that triumph to negate defensive bonuses. So you could use that triumph to drop its melee defense by 1 for until the end of your next turn, or no, until the end of the current round.
So question.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who's hitting currently they're using a range weapon, right? It's not a melee weapon.
Yeah, Zarek is using a heavy repeater. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can do much with this thing.
Oh shit! You gave the redhead boost die and the Noth one. I forgot about that.
And Casey as well.
Casey. Casey, go ahead
It
and.
would not have helped me. I
Yeah,
had
that was a
4
4, yeah.
failures.
No, I know, I know.
Everybody had terrible failures. Holy shit.
Man, what can I do?
Let's see if even the redhead would have still.
Wait, wait,
failed.
wait, 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 wait. The attack was successful.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha. Deadly accuracy.
Ooh, you can add damage to it, including your.
Equals to a particular ability that I choose that is a combat skill. So what I am
Ranks.
doing is I am adding the ranks of my range heavy,
Okay.
which is 5 ranks.
Increases the damage from 9 to
14.
14. That's enough to get past his soak of 12. You can now
Which
inflict
means
a
that I
critical
can
injury.
apply critical injury with my triumph.
Yes, you can.
So that's going to be a plus 50, please.
Ah! Okay, there you go. Okay, all right.
I wish I would have gotten enough advantages to wait, no.
You still have one advantage, you know.
What is the silhouette of this creature?
This would be
Please tell me it's 1.
this would be larger than 1. It's got to be a 2. It's got to be.
What if it's not? What if it's 1 though? What if it's 1 though?
That would be the same height as you, and that wouldn't make sense.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need that. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Wait. Please hold. Your death is important to us.
All right, that's a 61 for a slightly dazed critical injury result. Target is disoriented until the end of the encounter. And that's
Oh fucking hell. Okay, never mind. I was going to use. No, actually, I probably need the 5 to trigger it. Do I? I have disorient. The hammers have disorient 1, but this is disoriented for the rest of the round, like the rest of the thing, so it doesn't matter.
disorient adds an additional round. So every point of disorient you have, the weapon has, counts as a round.
Right. So this is for the rest of the encounter, the critical.
Yeah, the critical kind of overrides it, and it would be.
What's the name of it? Slightly dazed.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I may describe, the way that this looks is people are doing all this fighting, and this thing is like, full on slicing and dicing.
Yeah.
And I think it looks like a blur, but you basically, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Ojo is like jumping an incredible height. And as he's basically like, if the thing is like here, like if the camera is the group that is fighting and this thing is like facing facing the camera,
Yeah.
Ojo jumps from one side with like a large ass nail in one hand, hammer in the other.
Yeah.
And he's like, as he jumps over this thing, actually no, he jumps right in front of it, and as he's flying right in front of its face, he just puts the nail right on the spot and just hammers as it's flying by, and just is that sound of like the cracking and the flesh just going through as he leaves the nail in, and then just falls to the right, rolls, and just like in like a crouch ready position, very like superhero cool pose. And that's what causes the disorientation of this thing for the rest, because that nail ain't coming out.
Yeah. You drive that nail right in, land in a 3-point hero stance, flip around in preparation of a following attack, and that will end your turn. Next up is the accolade itself. What is your what's your coercion and ranks in coercion?
Three ranks.
And what's the base skill?
It's literally, I have three yellow and a boost die. My con is a cunning, so I maxed it out. So coercion is at three ranks plus a boost die. That's my total.
What's your what's your willpower?
My willpower. I mean, that's cunning. So cunning is 3. Willpower is
No.
3 as well.
Coercion is willpower.
Sorry, it's 3. Both of the 3.
So it's a hard difficulty with the challenge of 3. Got it. Okay. Cool. Interesting. Got it. Oh god.
Oh.
Okay.
This is the second time that an NPC tries to do some shit to Oho, and the force says, no.
God
That's my cookbook.
damn it.
Despair.
Yeah, the accolade after you drive this pick into the the temple of this accolade and land off to the side, it begins to fervently claw at its own face, trying to remove the spike, but in a panic, as it's in an intense amount of pain, it sees it's currently surrounded, and it has managed to feed itself, enters into a state of panic, and immediately turns around and begins running away. And you manage to to avoid an all-out fight with this fucking creature. And yeah, the accolade disappears into the tree line.
Oho immediately says, Alexa, play You're Welcome.
What can I say except you're welcome? Well done. That is a cool fucking move. Okay.
I was like, there's no way that I cannot hit this thing. There is no way that I cannot hit this thing with everything that I have built for Oho. I was like, there's no way. This cannot be the end. Luckily, thank God I looked.
Yeah, that was close. Because yeah, if you didn't even match its fucking soak, you're not doing shit to it.
Well, I would have needed to borrow a weapon.
That too. Yeah, you do this, and as the accolade retreats back into the cover of the forest, the air grows still at the excavation site. Let me switch music here. There we go. The air grows still. You can hear the spooling of the heavy repeater blaster upon Warden Zarek's hover platform begin to decelerate as the rest of the Hawks and begin to enclose in the intrusion site, seeing the remnants of the Solonian left on the ground in a pool of blood. There's not even time to grieve the loss of life for anyone. As Zarek calls out, "All right, maggots, get back to work! You!" As he points to you, Oho. You better find a way to replace that pick you just lost. Make it quick.
Oho just moves to whatever the gear, equipment carrying is, so he can get himself some extra picks.
Unfortunately, there's no sight of extra equipment. You get a sense that he's making you improvise a new pick. Otherwise, things will not go smoothly for you.
The guy who died, what was he using?
Fair enough. That would have been a bladed weapon or a bladed tool to help clear the site of foliage. You could potentially improvise it as a pick tool. However, it is going to be at a very much lower quality as a actual pick.
This is more for the appearances than anything else. Also, the fact of going to the body and just without any emotional reaction whatsoever, just taking the bladed tool and then going back to resume.
The rest of the excavation goes on for several hours. However, during that time frame, the redhead individual makes his way eventually over to you, Oho, as you're continuing the original excavation of the site that you had set yourself upon. The redhead continuing to make nonsensical drill sites into the excavation site as a means to appear busy, but he's not actually doing any fucking work. But he just says over his shoulder as he's drilling away at some innocuous site. Impressive. My name is Vulcan. We should watch each other's backs.
So now all of a sudden, you want to have someone to watch your back.
And that someone is as capable as you are. Something tells me you don't plan to be here long.
Do you?
Not any longer than I have already been. What's your name, friend?
Prisoner 136.
All right, 6. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
I may have shown something impressive to you. I have yet to see something impressive from you.
Just give it time.
So, now that you've given me your name, what can you actually tell me about this place?
This place is a fucking death trap. This is where the Empire wants their secrets buried. If you're sent here for a reason. You either cause too much trouble, or you are too much trouble.
Which one are you?
I caused too much trouble. Killed the wrong political figure. Now I have to get back to my son and my girl.
What an ambitious thing for being in a maximum prison facility.
Yeah, and I get a sense that they probably made me disappear. But, you know, I don't die that easy.
Well, Maybe if you show me what you can do, I'll consider whether or not it's worth my time.
Fair enough. With that, the excavation goes on for several hours, way into the evening. The sun begins is long set before the Hawks begin to call you back towards your cell block, and eventually you guys do pierce into the interior of the vault, only to uncover various trinkets and artifacts that don't particularly hold too much value at surface level, but all the same, you managed to pierce the interior of this vault that you guys were set upon. Upon further investigation of the vault, you do come to find that this vault is known as Vault 1977. And as you're brought back, you guys are shuffled into the showers to refresh and decompress for the evening. Given a ration for dinner. Go ahead.
When the redhead approaches to me and is talking to me, I'll be curious to keep an eye on the people from the flying squad to see if there's any particular type of expression or apprehension, or what is their general disposition toward this individual, especially as they get close to me.
Okay. Give me another cool check this time. It's still hard difficulty, but you do have a boost die this time. For the aftermath of conflict. Actually, I'll give you two boost die for the aftermath.
Ooh. That's 2 successes, 3 successes, 5 threats.
Okay. The threats will accumulate in the form of strain, which you'll be able to recover after a night's rest. What that encompasses your quick reaction to begin to assess everyone in real time as they act in that moment of conflict with the Acolyte. Getting a read on their emotional state as well as how they feel about others within the community of this cell block. It becomes quickly apparent that the 15 are a tight niche group that come from the rebellion, all relatively lithe build, quick, easily could be assumed to be pilots. Their quick reaction skills and agility certainly facilitates that assumption. These guys are nimble and quick and sharp to assess. So you're fairly certain that you have found your target. And as far as their regard for this lone human, there is curiosity. Especially from the Nothuan, who probably has at least more than once approached this individual in an effort to, as an olive branch, to try and bolster their numbers. But the fact that this individual continues to remain on his own, despite the daunting nature of a prison, the fact that he chose to align himself with another lone figure is curious. to this individual. Alexa, stop. I already see your bullshit.
The time is
Alexa,
12:30 a.m.
Alexa, stop. I don't know why that alarm went off. Sorry, guys. But the fact that this redheaded, this Vulcan, has chosen to align himself with you, despite the years of isolation from the other humans or humanoids, does pose a interesting question for this Nothwin. Why you? What does he see? And I think that's where our tonight's story will end. Thank you, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers, for tuning into tonight's episode of Star Wars Edge of the Empire. Tune in next week as we continue this story. The following session will enter into the second week of Oho's incarceration, as well as a expanded lore into the group that will become to be known as Phantom Squadron. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next time. Take care.